we're going to talk about, has a woman ever said something or did something and you knew in that moment that you had to make her break up with you? Men, you guys don't really like dumping us. I don't know why. We deserve it. But so I know how you guys do it. You'll just try to get us to do it to you. But later we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about that moment. But here's the thing. I just saw something stupid that a TradCon woman did or said. And obviously I have to roast her today. So before we get into the show, we're going to react to another stupid traditional conservative talking point. So as you guys know, I really don't think women are the nurturing gender. I actually know that women are not the nurturing gender. Men, if we're going to go off of like who's better at raising kids, better with babies, better with everything when it comes to children, it really is the men. But for some reason, we have this idea that women just want to be mothers, even though we've aborted an eighth of the world population. And I was thinking about this the other day. I think men are equally responsible for this propaganda because it's like what the men will do is the men will say, yeah, you guys are just special women and you're so motherly and nurturing. And the women are like, nah, we want to be whores, slut march, let's get abortions. And the men are like, no, not all women are like that. That's not female nature. Those are just the evil women. And I'm like, you guys are stupid. In the most respectful way I could possibly say it. Oh, shit. My Siri went off. In the most respectful way I could, possibly say it. Women keep showing who they are, but conservatives just like refuse to believe them. It's like the biggest cope I've ever seen. And so I saw this. I'm sorry to derail, but I just saw this video and I just had to do a commentary. Because this title here is just so stupid. It's just the stupidest title I've ever heard in my life. Satan's Guide to Making Women Hate Motherhood. That would be like me putting Satan's Guide to Making Men Be Criminals, right? You would think that would be a stupid title. You would say, no, he wanted to be a criminal. But conservatives, women can't actually hate their children, even though we kill 1 in 3 of them. Okay, 1 out of 3 women has an abortion. An eighth of we would have a second city of London if it wasn't for abortion. And the conservatives, they say, women just are born to be are not from what I've seen. So anyways, I just wanted to react to this because when a TradCon, we'll get into the actual show today, I promise. But when a TradCon puts something dumb, I gotta start my show with this, and then we'll get into the main topic.
In their own life. Reels.
Oh shoot, let me start from the beginning. I played it a little before the show.
Last weekend, my Instagram feed was overflowing.
And by the way, I'm not hating on this girl. I defended her when Brett Cooper sent her like fans after this woman. I said, hey, Brett, you could just like leave work like a man would, right? Like a man would just leave and not make it a big commotion, not be unfollowing, doing this passive aggressive bullshit. Well, you know what you're doing. I said, do you know what? You could just it's work. It's a job. We don't have to get so emotional about this. So this is not me. The rest of conservatives super simped for Brett Cooper. And they all went after this woman, right? They really did. Me, I'm not on that, but when she has a stupid take, I gotta put this out there.
Flowing with young women posting about what motherhood means in their own life. Reels highlighting their first birth or the joy that they never...
Now remember, when women... So she's framing this as a good thing because conservatives, they tend to care about money more than family, right? So that's generally how it goes. It's like, do we care about the well-being of the kid or do we care about money and feeling good? That's kind of the two choices that conservatives tend to have. And nobody thought that there's like pedos on the internet and maybe it's not the best idea because you have to understand a lot of these women are marketing for husband number 2. Okay. That's why they're posting this. They're showing I am a good mother. So they can leave this beta guy they got and go try to, vie for that personal trainer, musician, whoever the hell it is. Ricky Lee, thanks for the super chat, but please stop simping. This is not a simp show. We're here to get down to the nitty gritty, get down to business, get rid of these hard eyes, get out of here. Unless you want to pay me $10 next time, then you can stay. So, but they're not, the women care about their reputation above all, right? They care about looking good. And conservatives, that's why conservatives have almost turned into the party of women, because they care more about looking good rather than being accurate. That's why they use their families for clout. Charlie Kirk will bring his wife up. Oh my gosh, then they bring the wife and have the wife be part of the brand. Oh, that's such a terrible idea. Oh my goodness. But anyway, a lot of them see this as sweet. Oh, we're just posting the kid. Not me, because I've seen women thirst trap with kids. I know what you're doing, ladies.
Felt before that moment, the fulfillment and the purpose they feel every day, whether it was famous celebrities, fashionable.
Okay. This bitch is using Kylie Jenner as an example of pushing motherhood. She's a single mother. Okay. You can't, the simping never ends, okay?
Girl bosses or the friends I grew up with, the theme of their messages.
Does Hailey Bieber even have a kid? I thought they didn't have a kid yet. I could be wrong.
Were all the same. There is value in motherhood. And it stood out to me in harsh contrast to the research I had pulled just a few weeks ago when I was talking about second wave feminism. And in that research, I found countless examples of women spearheading the charge to teach other women how burdened they should be by their own biology. They taught them to view marriage as a prison and how the family is a trap.
Okay, so do you hear this language? This is called simp language. Women were taught to view marriage as a prison. This is a simp. This is a women trying to dodge accountability. And a simp for they can't, because the problem with simps is simps can't accept women's true nature, right? Terrible people. Not all. I gotta stay YouTube friendly, not all. So, is there an issue in the chat? Someone put something. Doug MP, I'm watching for your thing if you got an issue. So, no, this isn't so what a face to pause on. Ricky, stop simping in the chat. Stop it. I need you to end this. Okay, so we're going back to this lady. So the simps, they can't accept women's true nature. So what they do is they say women aren't like that or they were tricked, right? It's like the guy that said, oh, these women, they're tricked into leaving me, or her friends made her do it. She didn't like you. Yeah, she didn't. It was you. It was who you are. And you shouldn't take it personal, fellas. We don't like anyone. We don't even like ourselves. But yeah, she was just done with. Her friends didn't trick her into divorcing you. It wasn't the culture. It was who you are as a person. She just couldn't deal anymore. Yeah, we're still not live on the website. So I think it's the stream key. You guys gotta just see if you can fix it. I'm gonna continue.
Trap or a concentration camp. And the more I was digging into those lies, the more the truth was standing out. And it made me all just kind of stop and look at the facts in my own life. Every mother that I know said that she became the best version of herself when she became a mom. Sure, they also say it is.
What she didn't say was how many kids she aborted before she became a mother.
Is the hardest job you will ever have, but they also say it was the most rewarding. Not a single mother in my own life who I respect and admire has ever told me that they wish they didn't become a mom or that they hate motherhood by any stretch. It is always the single greatest blessing in their life, time and time again. And they always say they are better for it. So then, as I was thinking about that, I kept thinking, okay, so who told me the opposite? Who introduced me to any fear behind it? The media.
Okay, so again, she could take accountability and say, why did I not want to be a mother? Or why did I make that choice? But immediately it's got to go to who told me that. Here's the thing. Women go find the information they want. All this bullshit brainwashing. I can't stand it. This is how, again, this is simp language, because what women do is I was brainwashed is like the get out of jail free card that we use on simps. So we go to the conservative guy and say, I didn't mean to have sex with 10 dudes. I mean, I was just brainwashed. And the conservative simp, the Christian guy is like, oh yeah, honey. Idiot. Or she's like, do you know what? I was on the phone with this lady the other day, and I told her that I don't believe any woman that says she's a virgin at 27. I don't believe it. And she was like, but I was. And I said, right. I said, do you want me to be nice, or do you want me to go down this rabbit hole, Chica? She's like, no, you can tell. And she was chill about it. Nothing against her. But I'm like, okay, you did nothing else. You didn't blow anybody. And she's like, oh, well, I did. Bitch. And I'm like, this is what you're trying to do. And I told her, I'm like, you're trying to sell purity. So you're trying to make me think, or your husband think, who bought that you're pure on some level, right? You're trying to sell this. And I'm supposed to believe it, even though you've had a sex drive since you were like 15, that you were just so good for 12 years. Right. Tell your simp husband that, lady.
Media.
Lies, lies, and more lies.
Women who are strangers to me. And I just think that's very telling and very interesting. If I were to turn off the noise and simply just look around at the people in my own life growing up, I would have only seen the truth. But that's not the world that we live in anymore. Sometimes the most...
Blaming someone else. You find the information you want, okay? If somebody wants to stay fat, they find the body positivity movement. If somebody wants to lose weight, they find a weight loss page. You can't market something to somebody that doesn't want it. I mean, you could maybe they want it 40% and the marketing brings it to 60, but you could not market me into fixing a car. I'm paying for that shit the rest of my life. I don't want to learn. I don't.
Most influential people in women's lives are people they will never meet. That's a crazy thing to think about. And in my stewing about this and thinking about Mother's Day and watching all these women in my life be mothers and be incredible, and it's just such a fun, frankly, week on social media to see all of that. That's when I stumbled upon this reel reposted from Evie Magazine. It was originally posted from a woman.
Oh God, not Evie. I'm sorry. You sent me a dress recently and it was nice, but I'm going to take the dress and just say not Evie. You can't buy me. I'm not bought yet. Your magazine's too simpy for me. It just is.
Named Reagan.
I did like the dress though. It was nice.
I believe. Great name. And she posted a video that said, I asked ChatGPT, if I were the devil, how would I make women despise motherhood? And then she went on to post what the prompt gave her.
I guess that makes me the devil.
I re-entered that into ChatGPT, and I want to show you guys what it said, because it was the same thing that she got as well. Because this was so telling. I assumed it would sound...
The devil made me gluck 5,000. God, you guys got to stop believing this stuff. The devil made me bang Chad and Tyrone. The devil made me do, and then Charlie Kirk is like, oh, totally, the women are being used. Right.
Sounds similar to things I read about in my feminist deep dive, but I did not expect the prompt to be this on the nose. We literally put in the exact same thing. If I were the devil, how would I make women despise motherhood? If you were the devil and wanted women to despise motherhood, you wouldn't attack it directly. You'd reframe it as oppressive, limited, or outdated. Here's a concise playbook. Gives me chills because it's just listen. Step 1, rebrand motherhood as a trap. What did I say they did? They called it a prison. They called it a concentration camp, a trap.
No, it's just work. I mean, it's so simple when we go down to it. Kids are work, right? They change every morning. You got to do stuff, and women are lazy and they don't feel like it. That's it. It's truly that simple in my eyes. women just don't want to be mothers because it's too much work, and we'd rather go to like a concert or be on a yacht in Dubai or whatever, hot girl activity. And then when we're done doing that, then we're ready to raise the kids, preferably one. Okay. Let's see. Okay. The other part I was going to do. So I wanted to show again. So we got two women in the conservative side that are having kids. And I would love to see one woman have a child and not use the kid to build their brand. I just want to know, can a woman have a child and not post it on the internet? Is that possible? Is that even, and anyways, so, the thing is with the internet, people seek out like women, like pedos and weirdos seek out women with children that have a lot of information about them on the internet. I had a PI on the show. So anyways, this isn't like the worst one I've ever seen, but I just wonder if it's possible, if a woman can have a child and not put it on the internet. Okay. So that's really my housekeeping right now. So we're going to talk about fumbling. So I'm going to go to the main thing if you guys want to take the... All right. So welcome to another episode of Pearl Daily. Modern women, we have decided to be strong and independent. And really our mothers did not teach us how to get a man and to keep a man. Although there is information on Google, but we choose not to, so many women have been perpetually single or never get into a serious relationship. And these women will go on dates with men, have sex with men, and often just can't get to the next phase. The lucky few that do end up in relationships, they usually fumble it. And it's because of, women's horrible attitudes, being overly independent, spending too much money, terrible friends, a number of things. Men will date these women for 3 to 9 months and then leave the situation. A lot of the time, the man will leave without giving the women a reason why. Or he does give the women a reason why, but it's never good enough for the women. Some men will blatantly lie, saying, "You're too good for me," etc. Or try to get the woman to dump him. He's like, he'll get super clingy and be like, "I can't live without you. You are my world." And she'll be like, I dumped him. And some men just ghost. So the media always talks about how men lose good women, but they never talk about women fumbling good men. And if you think about it, it shouldn't be that hard for women to keep a man. Cook, clean, shut up. The shut up is hard. I talk for 3 hours straight on this show. Okay, pretty simple, right? No, not in 2025. It's really not. That's what we're going to talk about today. Women fumbling good men. I was on Twitter and I posed the question: what's a way that a woman fumbled you and didn't know it? I also texted some of my friends. Some of the top responses here: her religious belief in astrology, along with her religious belief in Christian tenets, caking on makeup and jewelry, wearing 3-inch high heels, every person. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me go to the next one. So here are some of the answers. She admitted she had a current friends with benefits. She said she had a train ran on her in college. Nice. When in front of the flat, she decided to do, when she was in front of her flat, she decided to do a 180 to not look easy. When she decided to leave, when we were midway through getting down because she had to wake up early the next day. After she gave it up, she was expecting me to secure something more. Despite eating me out in PDA. She said she does not come home on first dates. The anymore is silent. After saying to in me, I'm not going to say that, on the first date, she flakes 2 hours before the second date, asking to reschedule the next day with no explanation. After she said she doesn't do anal anymore, but she did it with someone else on a first date. After saying she had one night stands and hookups, but she is past it and she expects 5 to 6 dates now because she wants to be appreciated for who she is, what she does, and what she values. Fake engagement. If you're speaking to a woman, no matter what the subject is, if I get the sense that she's only acting or pretending to be interested, that's a huge turnoff. If you're going to put on a show, at least be good at it and be a good actor. A filthy house and a car. Women will go out in the streets dressed to the nines, but their home and their car will be filthy, especially the bathrooms. I've seen some women's homes that looked awful after they invited me over. Instead of smashing, I made up an emergency and left. It's unacceptable. Trying to establish dominance. I'm not going to be dominated by anyone, male or female. Someone will accompany you to a group setting, but immediately try to establish themselves as an independent operator and try to be dominate the engagement. Unacceptable. She has her eye on the crowd. If I'm with a woman, she's constantly searching in the crowd to see who might be noticing or paying attention to her. It's a huge turnoff and she has to go. Okay, here is a woman saying that women never apologize and that's how they lose relationships. Let me go full screen.
Women do not say sorry. Women do not apologize. Instead, women gaslight men into apologizing for things that they're not even at fault for. And then these same women will sit there and wonder why their relationships don't work out. I'm sorry, they won't sit there and wonder why their relationships don't work out, because that would take some self-accountability and reflection, because that would take some real work, right? That would take some real accountability. So instead, they take the easy way out. They blame men.
Yep. Women, she says women can fumble good men too.
Women can fumble good men too. Let's talk about it. Imagine a man coming into your life that's really worth having, and you fumble him. You can fumble this man just by simply not being ready or being so jacked up from your past that you won't allow a man to love you properly. Now, as a woman, I do feel like we're the catch. Absolutely, 100%. But that does not mean that when a man comes around worth having, that he is not the catch as well. Here are a couple of ways that I feel like, as a woman, you can fumble a good man. Not believing or trusting anything that a man tells you because of what your past relationships have shown you. I'm all for innocent until proven guilty. Making a man have to pay for every single thing that your ex did. This man could literally be asleep when you're calling him. But because your ex used to tell you that he was asleep and he was cheating on you, now this man has to suffer from everything that your past relationship showed you. Dealing with someone who never ever communicated with you, or you didn't know that it was important to communicate. So now that you have a man in your life that's trying to communicate everything with you, you feel like everything is an attack, or you feel like you just want to shut down, or the smallest form of miscommunication makes you not want to deal with him no more. You're fumbling. All right, I'm going to give y'all one more example, then I'm done. Imagine that you've never grown mentally or even relationship-wise, right? So you finally get in a relationship with a man who knows how to lead properly. But you're so used to dealing with a guy who don't know how to lead. That's what you doing, or come over to my house, or let me drive your car. So now you got this man that wants to, good morning, beautiful, let me take you out at this time, be ready at this time. Let me lead you. Then another thing is, women feel like being submissive means you're letting a guy control you. That's an immature way to think. Now, don't get me wrong. Some guys can be controlling. But it's up to you and your mindset to realize if he's trying to control you or just simply lead you. So these are just a few ways that I feel like women can fumble good men too. And it could have a lot to do with women never having growth within their relationships, dealing with the same man for so long that you're used to old toxic behavior that when you finally get a man worth having, you don't know what to do with him. Just don't fumble.
Okay, let's see what we got next. Women says she lost a good man because of her tendencies.
I think I have just lost the one person that I prayed for, all because of my self-sabotaging tendencies. God forbid I actually accept good things that are happening to me, because I'm so used to it being a mess. I'm so used to it being toxic. And here I am in the face of a non-toxic situation, in the face of a God-fearing man, in the face of a family man, an amazing person.
She's just marketing for her next relationship. It's performative. I don't really buy it. Thank you for the super chat, Ricky. I appreciate the hard eyes going away.
And I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And I think I've just lost. I think I just lost the opportunity to experience something I've never experienced before.
All right, let's see what we got next. What happens when you lose a good man?
After you actually lose a good man, let me tell you the aftermath. Before you choose to lose this good man, you will try to find a man equivalent to the man you're with. And you will think that you could find better. But when you actually put yourself out there, you'll realize there is no man left right now. And every man will try to use you for a certain thing. And you will look for that man that you left in other men. You will regret that man to the core, because you'll realize that there is no good people out there, and nobody loved you as much as that man loved you. And after that, you will try to go back to that good man, only to realize that that good man doesn't want you. And he actually found a good girl. If you have someone good in your life, cherish them. Don't think you could.
Yeah, cooked. Also performative, but cooked. All right. A man talks about how his friend's girlfriend fumbled the relationship.
There was a girl I knew in college that dated a guy for 4 years, and this guy was amazing. He was really good to her, and she was really good to him for the relationship in itself. But one day she realized that she didn't want to be in a relationship anymore. She just decided that motherhood and settling down and marriage and having kids just wasn't what life was all about for her. And so she actually left the relationship. Just one day, out of the blue, she said, "I'm done. There's nothing wrong with you." And she said this to many people, like there was nothing wrong with him. And it devastated this guy. It killed him. For the first year after the relationship, he was just not functional. And what happened was, even more so painful for him, was that she went back to her ex. She went back to her ex, who was probably trying to talk to her the entire relationship, encouraging her to do these things with him. And this ex traveled. He had a good lifestyle, and they actually went and traveled together for a period of time. They hooked up. They did whatever they did. I don't know all the details, but she had fun with him. But at some point, about a year and a half in, the ex completely dropped her. And then for another 6 months, she chased this individual. And after a year, the person that she left initially, he got over the breakup. It took him some time. It took him a year to get over it. But then he found a new girl, and then he actually started dating her very seriously. And so when she tried to come back to him, because that's what she did, she tried to come back, he didn't want her anymore. Until this day, that woman is single. And she's out here justifying it to herself, rationalizing. I know she's not happy because she tells people very close to her that she's not happy.
Here's the thing. She's not a happy person. Women, if she would have stayed with him, that man should just count his blessings, because she would have just tortured him. There's some idea that women that are unhappy people will somehow be happy in a marriage or relationship. They're just less lonely, but they torture everybody around them. Like, if anything, he should just count his lucky stars. She's just an unhappy person.
Happy. And she missed out on the good guy. She let that go. And when she was young and when she was attractive, she spent all her time trying to chase the bad guys and trying to tame them instead of really focus on settling down with the good guy. And she regrets it. She really does. Because she tells people that were close to her that she wishes she could go back to this individual, and she regrets the decision that she made. In my heart, it aches for her.
Yeah, she says that, but she would get back and do the same thing to him if he ever took her back.
It really hurts to see this happen because in no part of me do I want her to suffer. I think that things would have worked out beautifully for them. But unfortunately, she made the decision that she wanted to make because she felt like at the time in her life, she wanted more. And that greed, a lot of time, that idea of validation and verification and the desire to just go do things that are fun will cause you a lifestyle of misery in the future because you missed out on the one good thing that was
She'll be fine. As long as she didn't get fat. She'll find someone will do it. Don't worry.
really loyal to you and really good for you. So I encourage a lot of young women, if you find the good guy, stay with him. Because you can go try to tame all these bad boys and have fun, but if you get out of the period of time,
There are women that tame bad boys. There are. But I've gotten the numbers from bad boys, ladies. You know the numbers? I've gotten from players. I make them give me their stats. Or, you know, guys that have been in the field for a while. Out of 100 women that you hook up with, how many would you consider for a relationship? Guess. Put it in the chat. What do you think? Four. And sometimes you're just not hot enough to be with them. And you might be cute. But you're just not, like these guys that are running through these hoes, they got really high physical standards. Yeah, four. And that's after. So then these guys, they're always going to cheat for one, but they generally have a kid with somebody. Yeah, four. And then out of the four, I think the one guy told me there's 10 over like a decade that he would have considered like to have children with. And he had kids with none of them. So, because sometimes they don't even pick anybody. They pick themselves. Do you know what I mean? They just say, do you know what? I pick me. Yeah. Yeah, none of them. Yeah, I know. And look, because I've seen it go both ways, right? I have seen guys that are like, it depends how far gone they are. There's a certain level of player where this is what I've seen. You got one, they'll get married, but they'll always cheat. And not cheat respectfully. Like they'll cheat or a long-term girlfriend, right? They're going to cheat disrespectfully. Do you know what I mean? Like they're going to have a second girlfriend when you're 40 because you're not going to be hot enough to like entertain them anymore. Some are just for the streets forever. They'll just have baby mamas, girlfriends. They'll be married for like a year. I would say most are just going to go down the making some single mothers route. And those women aren't even safe because those guys, if you're annoying them, like if you lift a finger the wrong way, guess what, bitch? You're out to the curb.
time where your sexual agency is very high, your ability to negotiate in the dating marketplace drops significantly, precipitously. And then you're found in a situation where you can't find the good guy anymore or the good guy that you want because they're just not interested in you anymore. They're typically all taken, especially after 30. Number two, all the good guys are going for girls that are very young and that have no history and that haven't done all those things and those experiences. And last but not least, you may have baggage, you may have trauma from all.
Unfortunately, the good guys still tend to get the old women. Sorry, it's just the world doesn't really reward. Unfortunately, the Chads are the ones that still get the 22-year-olds, the Pookies, the Ray Rays.
All the bad.
The good guys will get them after,
That
though.
you try to tame, and you may have trust issues that prevent you from really starting a good, healthy relationship.
All right, let's see what's next.
Hey, what's going on, fam? Man, I'm sitting here out here on my balcony studying some information for another licensure, and I was just sitting here thinking about this whole dating and relationship space. There's so many women who fumble good guys because their image of what a good guy is has been tainted through social media podcasts, social media posts, through television that's telling a vision, and all types of other sources that shouldn't be primary in your life. And, I want to say that, man, if you got a good man, you better hold on to him because, man, good men are hard to come by, but because of your decision making and because of how you view relationships and how you view partnership, I believe that many of you are fumbling good guys because of the way that you think. So I want you to be very careful. If you run into a good guy, recognize that that is a good guy and you do whatever it takes to hold on to him because these good guys are rare and you may not get another opportunity to make.
They'll get opportunities forever. I didn't say hot guy. I said good guy. Yep. Unfortunately, forever. The world has black-pilled me.
A first impression.
Okay. So I think we're going to do the call-in now. All right. So what are some of the ways? I want to hear from you guys. Have you ever gone on a date or been dating a woman and she fumbled a relationship with you? What did she say or what did she do? And what are some of the early signs that a woman is going to fumble a good man? Please call in. Rules for the call in. I understand you guys are fans of the show, but it kind of derails us when you guys tell me you're a fan of the show. If you're watching, I'm going to assume you're a fan. Thank you guys so much for watching, but when you come on, I'd love to hear a little bit about you to get some context, maybe the industry you're in, your name, age, what part of the country you're in. Okay. That's usually what I try to start with. Then I'd love to hear the story. If you guys are making it too long, it's not to be rude, but I do have to cut you off. So try to tell the story, get to the point, finish the story, and then I'd love to do a lot of callers. So if you guys haven't called in before, please think about calling in. It really does make the show, the more stories and callers we can get. It's a Zoom link, so make sure the YouTube is not playing in the background. We're going to go one by one today.
What up, guys?
Doug
Welcome.
MPA on the line.
What up, guys?
Doug MPA, how are you?
Always good to be here, Pearl. What's going on?
Oh, just doing the show. What's going on with you?
These topics we'll be coming up with, man, these are great.
So tell me how women have fumbled you. How are you not married? Why did you let down these women?
One of the worst things for me is when a woman. So my parents never fought in front of us kids growing up, and then I have a twin brother. AJ's reactions. You'll never see us fight in public, ever. We have our disagreements, but you don't see us fight. So women will get more and more comfortable around you and then start challenging you or fighting with you in public. The first couple of months, everything you say, and then she'll start arguing with you in public. I have to get you told. She'll be like, well, you're wrong. You're this, that, whatever. And it's just like, even if we disagree, like, why are you arguing with me in public? So I only do that once. Or maybe twice, and then she's done. Because there is no reason why you need to be arguing with me in public. No reason why. I'm talking full blown. I'm gonna get you told. I'm gonna raise my voice, get in your face. I've had women try to wag their finger in my face. I'm like, whoa, hold up a second. That's a big one, and it never comes out at the beginning. It usually comes out after 3 or 4 months.
So they do that once, and you just cut it.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you tell them why, or do you get them
argue with you in public?
How do you go about it? Do you just block them, send them a text? Do you get them to dump you? Like how?
See, I ghost a lot. A lot of people will say, "Oh, don't ghost," but hey, women feel entitled to everything in current society, especially closure. Guys, don't give them closure. Don't let them know why. That's probably the worst thing you could possibly do to a woman is not tell her why you don't want to talk to her anymore. Because she needs to know. She has to have closure. You see it in the movies, media, romance novels. They have to have closure. Don't give it to them.
Anything else?
So arguing in public. Oh, when you start meeting a girl's actual friend group, and she has some crazy friends. Like, wait, you've known this girl since high school or since college, and her friends are scandalous? You're like, wait a minute, you hang out with these broads?
How bad do they have to be, and how quick do you cut it? Like, you meet one bad friend, are you cutting it?
Well, so most guys are gonna have to have that. Hey, if we get serious, you're gonna have to stop hanging out with those friends, and I don't mind having the conversation. But I try to have that conversation first. Like I try to see why, like the motivation as to why the woman hangs out with those friends, and is she gonna keep doing it? And if she's gonna I would never tell a woman, you need to stop hanging out with those scandalous women. I'd rather just leave.
Yeah, it's too much work. Because then you gotta then she'll blame you later.
Exactly.
So, yeah, she'll say, "Oh, you cut me off from my friends."
Yeah.
And then you're the villain.
Friend's ammunition too. Look, he's trying to isolate you from all of us because he's a narcissist.
It's like, no, you guys are just whores.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
So the
who
friend
else?
Group, and then the arguing in public. The women get a little too comfortable sometimes, and the worst thing that can happen with a modern woman is, guys, these women will talk to you like they can kick your ass in a fight. Why? Why? I don't get it. So,
is that it? I thought you'd have more.
Go ahead.
I said I thought you'd have more.
No, I'll think of maybe some of the callers will jog some of the memory, but those are the two biggest ones right now.
Is anyone on the line?
Yeah, I'll bring him up. Andres, are you there?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Yo, what's up?
So, what do you think about the topic? What are some ways that you've seen women fumbling relationships with guys?
Well, just few experiences. So I think it was my third girlfriend in high school. Cheated on me with like two of my friends. So that's one way. And then
wait.
What? What's up?
She cheated once and then you stayed and she cheated again?
No, I found out that she had cheated with both of them at the same time. So
oh my gosh, she got tag teamed by your
one
friends.
happened, and I found out, and then the other one happened, and I found out. I found out that both of them had on the same day.
Did they tell you, or how'd you find out?
I can't, man. I think another friend of mine told me, and I was like, oh man, nah. So, and it was funny because after college and everything, I told her I forgave her and everything, and then she was gonna leave her husband for me, and I was like, no way, man, I ain't doing that again.
Are you still friends with the guys, or did you cut them off?
Well, I stayed friends with them, sorta. Like I didn't really cut them off. I should have probably, but
you don't bring the new girls you're dating around them anymore, huh?
Like to me, like she was obviously the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I couldn't blame them, but
wait, so you just said that you didn't blame your friends for sleeping with your girl while while you were with her?
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I definitely did. But like, like they didn't matter to me. You know what I mean? Like it
Okay.
wasn't like, oh, like I can't believe you do that, dude, and blah 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 blah. Because I wasn't really that good of friends with them. It was more like they were kind of like friends of friends, and
Yeah.
you know what
Well,
I mean?
when I was young, we had like one or two guys that would try to screw everything walking along. And the only thing good about having a guy like that around is because we called him the hoe detector, right? So it would be kind of beneficial for you to bring your girl around the friend group because if she fell for, just in the first, when you first meet her, whatever, because if she would fall for the hoe detector, well, then she was a hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
your friends actually did you a favor.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then my other story was I was in college and I was talking to this girl, chatting with her online, and she was a friend of a friend, and and I thought maybe it would go somewhere, and then she just like told me about her escapades with her friend that they were hooking up with some married guy and getting on the plan B and everything, and I was like, oh
Dang.
no, I'm out. I was out so fast. I'm like,
Oh
oh
man.
no, I can't be. Mm, that's trouble right there. So, anyways, yeah, that's my two stories.
Well, you dodged a whole bunch of bullets, man. Thank you for calling in. Call in anytime, okay?
All right, thanks a lot, man.
Hey,
Bye.
buddy. Okay. Next up, we have. Guys, make sure to like the stream and subscribe if you haven't. We are this close to 2 million subs. We're like 3,000 subs away. So share the stream, like the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. I put David in here. He must have dropped out. So let's get Chad. Is joining. Chad.
Of course, Chad.
Oh yes, I'm here.
Just real
Hello.
fast.
Yep.
If the Pearl, yeah, have to have him turn up your microphone because it's really, really low.
Is it?
Okay.
No, not you, Chad. I'm talking to Pearl.
Ah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can hear.
microphone's
It sounds.
really
It's
low.
weird in
I have
my.
all my sound settings up, and
Yeah, it's weird in mine. I
Anyway,
can hear
Chad,
it. Is it better
What do
now?
you think about the topic, bro?
Is it better now?
What have women done in the past to fumble a relationship with you?
Well, thankfully, I have 3 kids now, and everything is going well. I've never married and fumbled the ball, but prior to that, I've had many fumbles, and most of the time it's the whole cry and victimhood sort of thing. This is before it was a major mainstream thing. And I'm just glad that I'm not in the dating market now. That's all I can say. I feel sorry for the people that have to actually be part of the dating market now. It's sad. In my time, women were more traditional. I retired dating in the year 2001. So, yeah. I feel sorry for all the guys out there, and maybe you should go east. Perhaps that's the only option. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Okay.
Can you hear me better now, Doug?
It's changed.
MPA.
It's radically changed.
Now we can't hear you on the Zoom call for some reason. Uh-oh.
Oh.
No, you're fine, Chad. I can't hear Pearl on the Zoom call.
Wait, can he not? Chad? Can you not hear me either?
If you're talking, we can't hear you, Pearl. I'm so sorry, you guys. Can't.
Can you guys hear me on the? Now they're saying it's too. These tech issues are killing me lately. Now they're saying it's too loud on there.
1 second, guys. I think she's talking, but we can't hear.
But they hear on YouTube. Yeah, they hear me on YouTube. I'm gonna text them.
Hold on. 1 second.
Fair enough.
Okay, here.
One second, guys. Oh, people say that they can hear everybody fine, but on the Zoom call, we can't hear Pearl, though, unfortunately. So I don't know what happened.
I'm unsure. I turned down my volume as requested, so I'm not too sure what's going on with Pearl's input.
Can you hear her talking?
Well, I turned down my volume, so unless you pipe it into my dialogue, I can't hear her. No.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to turn the YouTube on.
But there's no input coming in from the Zoom chat. If that's what you're asking.
Okay. Well, while she gets up to look at the settings, therefore, guys, give a woman, like, how long do you normally give a woman when you're seeing red flags? Because I think it's usually between like 3 to 6 months.
Honestly, in a couple of dates, you can see a lot of things. But I do know that there are women out there that wait until certain things occur, like engagement, dating, some sort of those mile markers pass. And then all of a sudden, they're like Jekyll and Hyde, and you've never met this person. And as soon as you see that happen, that's a red flag. Because if someone can actually compartmentalize their relationship with you in such manner, then they're not date worthy, in my opinion.
Can you hear me now?
I'd agree with that. I'd agree. When a woman shows you red flags, or that she's gonna fumble it, or when she's fumbled it, how do you normally handle it? Do you ghost? Do you tell her it's not working out? What do you normally do, Chad?
Well, I would state a few things what I've mentioned, but beyond that, if I see a night and day Jekyll and Hyde situation when demarcations are posed, then I state it, and if they can't rectify it, which they clearly can't, I drop them like a hot potato.
Okay. I'll tell you, I recommend ghosting. I said it about 15 minutes ago. I say it again now. Don't give these women closure. Just stop talking to them.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, having a response immediately after is close to ghosting. I'm not going to ignore them. I give them 2 responses. It's almost like a 3-strike rule for me. But when I see an immediate change in demeanor and actual being themselves, then they've obviously been able to compartmentalize themselves beyond the realms.
Can you guys hear me?
A person should be able to do when you're having a relationship. And if they have that, I mean, I see that. Both my parents are teachers, and they have a teaching mode, and they act like teachers, and then they act like human beings outside of that area. But when they can't actually have the confines of a relationship in that manner and realize that it's not some sort of like third thing, or even if it is a third thing, if their third thing changes to a fourth thing and they've taken the mask off, that's when I draw the line. And I honestly do feel pity for the men right now, because it's a whole different situation. Partnership is out the window. It's like, oh, if you accompany me in my endeavor, I'm a strong, independent woman, then therefore you're good for me, but I don't want to partner with you. And if anything is not like 100% what I want it to be, then therefore I'll exit, and I'll take after stuff while you're at it. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. You know, I'm in my mid 40s, and I feel bad for all the young guys growing up, man. They have no idea how well they have an idea of how rough they had it. They don't know how good we had it when we were younger. It's so much easier.
Yeah, I'm in the same area. I'm 48, but I'm in Canada, and I think it sort of trickled down by about 3 years.
Well,
and
you're Canadian, and I have to say thank you to all my Canadian brothers and Australian brothers for making another day in those feminist hellholes.
Oh, it's scary. I see that I'm off the chat. Everything okay? Is everything, should I leave the conversation or what's going on, my
Yeah,
friend?
we're gonna try to get the Zoom thing fixed because I still can't hear her. So
Okay. I have my
okay.
volume down, so should I keep it that way on the other device so I can hear her or
Well,
what?
you can hear her on YouTube. I just can't hear her on the Zoom call.
Yeah. Yeah, I turned it on YouTube as instructed because you don't want to have that
Yeah, you don't have double.
reverb. Yeah, anyways.
Okay. All right. Thanks for calling. Call in anytime, buddy.
All right. Should I leave then?
Yeah, I'll put you up there. Okay, hold on.
Okay, I don't really know what to do now. 'Cause that was the whole point of the show. I mean, I might have to see if I can, because it was working earlier.
Hey, Shiv, what's up, buddy?
Yo, what's up?
Yeah.
I know Pearl. You know what? I wonder, since obviously I know Pearl, should I just call her on her phone? She just puts on speakerphone on the mic so people, then it's just like
Yeah, maybe we could do that.
Yeah. Maybe we just do that. Well, the problem is Pearl probably can't hear me to hear that idea, but let me see.
Yeah, I'd
But
everything was working until I said something about her volume on the Zoom, and then something happened. But it was just really low on the Zoom. I could barely hear her. So.
Oh man. I know how. Yeah.
Well, just real fast for the audience, because the audience on YouTube, they can hear you. Name a. Just real fast.
Okay.
Wait, there you are.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Thank God.
I was about to cut the show too, because I was like, we can't really finish it without the thing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait,
Oh,
wait, can
cool.
Pearl hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
It's nice and loud too. We can hear you.
Nice.
Nice.
Cool.
Well,
So Shiv, how are you fumbled?
Well, the biggest thing that girls do that fumble it with me is if they ask too many personal questions about my money.
Ooh.
Like if they, the second they come to my apartment, they ask like, "Oh, how much rent is this? How much does this couch cost?" Or like,
they're checking for price tags.
yeah. Then I go, "How much is the Uber to send you home right now?" That's what I tell them. So yeah, I just can't. I don't know. I know it sounds stupid, but like it just really annoys me. It's like you're already getting, you get to be in the place, like, and you're not paying for it anyways. Like, why does the girl need to know? It just makes me feel really uncomfortable, and it makes me feel like she's gold digging. So, like if we go to a dinner and then she like wants to know what unless she's like trying to split the bill, but if she's just like, how much is it? I'm just curious. Like, I don't know. I just feel really like about it. So, yeah.
You wait. Shiv, you've taken girls on a date to the type of date that you would want to take her to, and she's offered to split the bill. Like, what do you do? Because you know that if I've always thought that if a woman wants to split the bill, she doesn't like you.
Oh, so you know what's weird for
It's a generational thing. Don't you agree? Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's different. And also, to be fair, a lot of the girls that I'm dating are like they make like 150K, 200 grand a year. There's like a lot of tech, doctors, things like that. Especially I'm dating a lot of Indian girls lately.
Okay.
I don't. So the funny part is I never let them, but I love when they offer. So to me, it's a green flag if they ask.
I hate it, dude. I hate that stupid dance where you put the bill down and then they look at you and fake reach for their purse. I hate that crap. I hate it. Why? Like, you know for dang well that you're not. Because here's the thing. They do the fake reach, right? And you don't know. Some women will be okay with having to split the check, but it's a risk because you could ruin it by splitting the check with the wrong woman and then not getting laid. Understand what I'm saying? So
no, I totally get it.
I just don't take the risk, and I think most women know for dang well that a real man pays for the dates. So why take the risk? Why?
I don't know. I think it's because in our generation, 50-50 is not uncommon. Like, I know a decent amount of couples that just split everything down the middle. Like, that's not... I can think of one person in my family that's married, and until... He didn't even pay rent until, like, they got married, and they were together, like, 8 years. They split everything. Like, it's not really... Like, I've just seen that a lot amongst, like, younger millennials.
For me, I don't think that you can get the kind... Especially if you've achieved... Mm-hmm. You can't get the kind of respect that
I agree. So don't get me wrong. I never let them. So like usually what I'll do is if I ever give the girl a concession, it'll be like the next morning we go get coffee. I'll let her buy me coffee, right? But I paid for the real thing last night, so I will
that
give.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so they can feel like they're equal. They're not, but they can feel that way. But other than that, like I think the other one that really drives me crazy is I've had girls like try to like they'll just try to bring like a friend on a date, but like not like a not to join in on like not like
like if you're gonna bring a friend, she better join.
Yeah, she better be hot and join it. But no, I just find like that's really annoying because it obviously that friend always just ruins your chance of sex every fucking time. So that one just drives me up a wall if they're like, oh, can my whatever, like, hey, let's go do this. Oh, can my friend join? So I don't know. Sometimes it just annoys me. Unless it's like a group, like sometimes if it's like they have like 8 girlfriends, if it's like a huge group, sometimes it's cool to do that. But yeah, I don't. That also has fumbled it for me.
Have you ever been in a relationship with a girl and that she fumbled it?
Yes. Well, my ex, my last, like, we were together for a year and a half, and honestly, I think the biggest thing for her was just not respecting the fact that my work schedule's so sporadic. Like the thing with me is I have either a lot of free time or none, and it's very random. It's probably similar to you. Like today was just a total cluster of a day. I've been on back-to-back meetings from from 6 a.m. to now. But there might be tomorrow I might have nothing to do. So she would just like, if it was date night and that day I was like, oh, I'm so busy, I have to cancel, but we'll do it tomorrow. She would get so annoyed about it. And I'm like, you don't like, what do you expect? I don't get how girls want this like high value guy. And then they're shocked that high value guys have like to do have to sacrifice certain things.
Well, you know what it is? It's because they put themselves at odds with your work schedule, or even worse, your hobbies, man. That's another thing. So usually right around once you start throwing labels around, she'll be like, oh, you watch football too much, or you play video games too much, or you're on your computer too much, or you work too much, putting herself directly opposite of something that you like or a pursuit in life. If a woman does that, you're gone.
Oh, I had a girl get really mad at me that I was dating for, well, like my girlfriend at the time, because she had a marketing degree. Now she was a waitress, and she got fired from waitress job to waitress job like her whole life. And she was like 29, so it's like she had time to build a career and she couldn't. And then she had a marketing degree, and so she got really mad I wouldn't hire her because I run a big marketing company. Like, and I broke up with her like the next week. I was like, I'm out, like, because she just kept pressing on it. And I'm like, why would I hire you? Like, it's the worst idea ever, for me to like, I don't know. And she was just dumb as a box of rocks. So that was also.
Yeah. Well, if you can't keep a waitress job, then it would just give you guys something to argue about.
Exactly. I'm like, you can't keep the, like, do you want fries with that job? And and I'm like, I'm supposed to like put you in my company. And yeah. And then also, like, more importantly, it's if she, girls can be really vindictive. If she has my client list, she knows my employees.
Oh, yeah, I didn't actually. Oh, there was a divorce story. That's exactly what the wife did. Oh, yeah, she took his client list and like called them and started subpoenaing them in the divorce.
Yeah.
Holy
no
shit.
thanks. That's literally all I was thinking, because she had that already, those patterns where, like, dude, she would do. I mean, look, everyone has to go through one psycho girlfriend, and I did that on the last one. And dude, she would like DM anytime I was with anyone. She would like DM them on Instagram and be like, "What are you doing with Shiv?" Like anytime I was on a story.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
It was nuts. Absolutely. I mean, this was all towards the end, but she just became full psycho, and yeah, it was a total.
It doesn't even have to happen on that great of a scale. I met this girl when I was in undergrad in Vegas, and I told you this was the first girl where my friends were like, Doug and PA, you gotta let this girl go. She's crazy. She's 6 foot tall, and she's half Irish and half Korean.
Oh, she was hot. You showed me a picture.
So this girl was anyway, and I waited tables at a restaurant, and she was a host girl there, and then we went to school together. So she would intentionally start when we were in bed or at my house, she was fine. But anywhere outside of there, she was nuts. So she'd start a fight with me at the restaurant and then not seat tables in my section to get back at me while we were fighting. Then she would ditch her classes and be waiting outside my classes when I was in class. So we would fight, and then I had to go into the class, and then she would wait outside my class. Then I come out of the class, and we keep fighting, bro.
That's so
wild. Man. Yeah. So you got to watch out, man. And that was about 3 to 4 months in. I hit that magic mark right about 90 days to like 4 or 5 months, and it all came out. Yep.
Yeah, but God, the crazy ones are the best sex, right?
Yeah. Undeniable. Hey.
That's funny.
Shit, you want to stay on? I'm gonna bring Sean obstacles to opportunities. He's waiting for a while. Hey, Sean, what's up, buddy?
How's it going, Sean?
You're on mute.
Yeah. Good.
Hey,
I was shutting off the YouTube.
Good to see you, buddy.
How are you?
Good. What's going on? Living the good life in Thailand, Swati Cop.
It's funny. That's how happy you guys look when they get away from Western women. It's like
All fact.
It's like there's a new life in their eyes. But are they fumbling you there too? What's going on?
Ooh, yeah, they is. They still do it over here, just in different ways. So
How so?
Well, I'm in Asia, so most guys, women approach the, marketplace different with their dating apps. They're really nice at the beginning, out the gate, but there's some, they're little fierce cats on the back end, and so once most guys love them more than she loves them, that's when she brings out the claws, and then she starts controlling them like that. Guys in Thailand are getting divorced like in crazy numbers too. The local guys are paying on OnlyFans too, so it's not, all peaches and cream. So I would say Fumble is more so, I think social media has changed the dynamics a lot. So a lot of girls think like they're like very high value for the position in life they are. And so they look at a lot of the men that they come encounter with and say, what's your price? Hurry up and buy. And then at the same time, they have these dysfunctional relationships where the girls don't think they're beautiful inside. And so that tears on the relationship in the long time. So it's not even like an issue that you'll have with a girl. It's most of the issues she have with herself that actually fumbles the position. She's in her head thinking, what is he doing? Is he cheating? Oh, do I really look good? Does he really like me? And so this really destroys a lot of relationships
because she's insecure and she takes it out on him.
Yeah.
And
not even necessarily on him, just in the relationship. She's insecure about her position. And of course, the guys try to say what they can say, like, oh, no, baby, I'm with you. I love you so much. You're beautiful. But, girls are looking on Instagram. These girls love Kim Kardashian. So they're comparing, how they look to them and other figures, too, in the culture.
Mm.
That's crazy.
So it's pretty bad.
That's crazy that the Thailand, like Bali girls, learned the grift so fast. So much from the West.
Ooh, it's pretty bad, man. I was telling Pearl last time we was on here, like, the girls will marry early. So that does happen. They don't wait until 30 or something over here. And that's only because they ain't got the economic opportunities and means to be waiting until no 35. They got to hurry up and get saddled. But I was saying on the back end, they do get divorced once they become 40 and they have the kids. And then they go and hook up with the young Thai guys. And so they're like, I left my husband. It's better to be alone. And so they still fall into the same habit. It's just reverse. You get what I'm saying?
They do it more on the
So you
back
guys-
end.
They do it more on the back end. Yes.
So, have you ever been in a full-blown like relationship with a girl, or like maybe a deep into a talking phase or something, and you really liked the girl, but then she said something or did something and it was just done, and you knew you either had to dump her or make her break up with you?
Yeah. Make her break up with me because I'm coach game. We aftercare. I don't want girls to be coming back mad at me like, you dumped me. I got vengeance on my heart. So there's too many white knights. There's too many white knights in this world. So,
how do you go about it? Are you the oh, it's not you, it's me? Because I was telling Pearl this before we got on the call. I would say, I just can't live up to the expectations that you're setting, and you need to find a guy that can give you more than I can give you.
And what did you mean? What did you really mean, Doug?
You're annoying and I don't want to be around you anymore. I'd rather play video games. And that's what that means.
Yeah, right. I'd rather live my life free. It depends on the person and how you're having a relationship and what seems to be an issue at that time. But I could say recently there was an issue where a girl was like, yo, basically I have open conversations in dialect. And so she was like, I stepped out and I, slept with a guy or something. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, okay, explain. And she went in to explain why. Oh, you don't call me every day. He messages, we talk all the time. You don't do this and you don't do that. I said, oh my God. I get it. I understand. And what I think is best for you is to partner with a guy that gives you what you desire. I'm very indifferent. It's your life, your body, your choice. And so at the end of the day, everybody makes the decision. And you didn't even have to tell me that. You could have lied to me. Most people would lie and never tell anything. So I respect you for that. I always respect you. And I think you should move on with this guy. And I think you guys have something good going on. And we'll forever respect each other and forever be friends. She cried, She went back and forth and it was a thing. But I put her on a little scooter, kissed her on the forehead, and watched her drove off into the sunset.
So what did you really mean?
I really meant that.
Okay.
Hey,
okay.
would you, hey, look. Look, at the end of the day, man, look, indifference. Things happen. People make choices, guys. Don't crash out. Don't lose your life off of that, what somebody else decides to do. I had a best friend where this girl stepped out. He didn't know what to do. He lost his identity. He thought he was less of a man. And I told him, look, you're still an honorably discharged soldier. You still helped people across the world. Who are you? You're still a man who's done great in the world. Don't have your ego tied into what other these people do. Don't think you're lesser because someone else stepped out on you. Just be who you are and continue to move forward. And that's what I say to a lot of guys, man. It hurts. I get it. But you got to be indifferent. People make choices, guys. And so you got to grow beyond it. Don't crash out on what some girl decided to do with her mouth, her little, cheeks.
Yeah, and
that doesn't define you.
I used to always tell the young guys I would mentor, I'd say, guys, look, in divorce, in breakups, men's value increases and like net worth and value increase and women's decreases. It's how it always goes. I said, this is a temporary setback, but you're going to make more money. You're going to start moving forward. And a lot of these guys, they get complacent in a relationship and the uncomfortability of the newness of getting broken up with, it could be the catalyst towards success. My father used to tell me, when you're going through adversity or you experience hardship, there's two knee-jerk reactions. There's two knee-jerk emotions you're gonna feel, either anger or sadness. And he'd always recommend getting angry because anger is an emotion of action. Now, unfortunately, we always associate anger with violence with men, but that's not true. No, you can get angry enough to go do something in your life to go fix something or go achieve something. So don't get sad that the woman broke up with you. Go get angry and go do something. Go get out of your house and do something to make your life better. Get angry about it. Get pissed off and go do something about it. Not to her. I'm just saying in general in life.
Yeah, nothing is a better catalyst than a breakup to really just whatever goal you want to go towards. It really does push you, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Shoot, Pearl, you be interviewing people that have it bad. It's always somebody else with worse situations. Like you interview guys with families, been married for 20 to 30 years. Y'all guys be crashing out about a girlfriend for 2 years. Imagine if you had kids staring at you, 30 years in a relationship. And she's like, I'm pregnant with the guy's baby.
Oh,
that's a sticky situation.
Like Tom Brady right now. Brutal.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, let's add this too, Pearl. And I'm going to take half of your net worth plus 20% in the future. God, that's
not even that. Your kids are right across town, but they can't even see their kids that are less than 15 miles away from them. Can you imagine?
Yeah, you're going to crash out like yay. So it's just difficult. So that situation is difficult. But if you got a girl and she loves me, she's going to boss up, man. There's dirt bikes, there's four-wheelers, there's the free agent lifestyle.
And there's always younger and hotter.
Exactly, too, right? Pearl, what did you say? There's a McDonald's coffee from Starbucks. There's ways to get your money up.
You're watching my tweets, huh?
Yeah. I see that.
I know. I just couldn't believe it was only $2.50 for a latte. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing at Starbucks? It's the biggest scam.
Pearl, I keep telling you, one of the hidden gems is 7-Eleven coffee.
I haven't tried it yet.
Don't sleep on it.
So, Doug, for example, like for dinner, I'll pay, but then I let Pearl get the McDonald's coffee for me. Let's see how that works. We're equal. It's great. Let her get the $2.50 coffee.
Maybe you can get one of the little croissants or something from the case.
No, because then the girl you're dating will never have the end of it. Remember when I bought you that croissant and the coffee?
I do so. Wait, then it goes into I do so much for you, and you don't appreciate me.
I got you a croissant and this caramel latte.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Awesome.
And
do you know
how do you pronounce your name? Is it Shiv?
Yeah, Shiv like a prison knife.
Okay, Shiv. Yo, Shiv, it's actually funny because you said something about paying for the date. I remember I was in Israel and I went on a date with a girl. This is how she fumbled the rock. And, we went, had the date, whatever. And then at the end of the date, the bill came. So I was like, all right, bet. She went to the bathroom, conveniently.
Yeah,
but net, she went to the bathroom. So I just paid the bill. I wasn't even thinking about it, right? So I just paid the bill, boom, boom, boom. Then Israel is a very feminist country. So she came back and she was like, oh, what happened? The bill got paid. I was like, yeah, I paid it. She was like, did you wait for me to go to the bathroom to pay the bill? You think I'm a woman and I can't? I was like,
oh
no.
My gosh, you turned it on you.
Hold on. Yeah. Watch this. I said, no problem. You could just pay me. It's blank this much shekels. So I was like, you can give me the money. And she was like, well, I mean, how do you know I didn't want to I was like, nah, stand on it. You say you want to pay, you can give me half of the money. Here you go. And then she was like, oh, never mind. I'm cool. But watch this. I never spoke to her again. She was like, oh, I had a nice dinner. I can't wait to see you next time. I was like, negative. There will be no next time. I didn't tell her that. I just kept it pushing. Mm-hmm. So she fumbled that rock. But net, I don't have a problem when people say they want to pay or whatever. I mean, I've been in Holland. Girls go Dutch. I mean, girls be having guys on the back of their bicycle, and giving them rides around. So net, it's a different culture, but you got to stand on it if you're going to be about it.
Well, and it was the attitude, right?
It's the attitude.
Yeah,
I mean, that's wild to get gaslit for that. That's so insane.
Yeah, right.
It's happened to me before. I've gone out on dates with women, I reached to pay, and they're like, "Oh, we're splitting this in half," and I'm like, "What?" And when that happens, I'm like, I mean, this must be over with. You know, I must have said something or done something, and that's usually what it is. When a woman wants to split the bill, something happened on the date where it's going to end right there. So that's my indicator that I said something or did something that she doesn't like, and that's it. So
wild.
But we're gonna let Glenn is the last caller on the line, so let's let Glenn in. Then we'll literally have Hey Glenn, are you there? Uh-oh.
Glenn,
are you there? I see him, and he's behind.
That's quite the fit. He passes the fit check.
Glenn, how are you?
I can't hear him.
Well,
he's so zen. I gotta keep my girl away from him. He's gonna. Game is so next level.
I'm gonna text him because he's.
Yo, I can hear you now.
Oh, there. Okay,
there he is. Let's go.
Glenn, how are you?
Doing well. How you guys doing? I heard some crazy stories.
Yeah, tell me how is a bitch fumbled you?
And like,
sorry, a girl fumbled you.
It's hard to like to deal with this, but they fumble when they just don't like catch the vibe right. They think that like they know, and then like they give you an attitude. You're like, what are you doing? What do you mean? What am I doing? First of all, right there, that tone right there. What do you mean? What do you mean? That right there is goodbye. Goodbye. I don't like attitude. That's why I just don't date any black chicks. I mean, it's just too much.
Oh, man after my own soul.
I'm getting off stream.
I'm just being honest. Like,
yeah, bro, you can't say nothing.
It's like, get me out of here. I'm just kidding.
like I have black siblings. So like, I know, look, can't do it. Just can't do it. Just won't happen.
Doug and PA, I always say American black, no one has worse women to choose from on the planet than American black men. We have the worst women on the planet to choose from. I say you could Thanos snap 80% of American black women away with the Infinity Gems, and not only would no one care, but the world would be a better place. Now, that's not Pearl saying that. That's me. That's Doug and PA saying that. And I'll stand on that too. 80% of them, you boom, snap them away.
But see, like I would say, like we could snap our fingers and get rid of 80% of the guys, and not. And this is just men in general, like because they don't want to level up. I've come to the conclusion that guys are just as bad as women, if not worse, because they have every opportunity to be the solution, and they want to remain the problem.
See, the only reason why I disagree is because men do try to level up, and then there's no reward, right? Because it's like, even if you might get women, but you're still dealing with girls with attitude on a date, right? I still deal with like.
No, I don't actually. I mean, I really don't. Because
well, I guess they're gone, right? But like, I think for a lot of guys, they just feel discouraged because like.
Well, I think it's the wrong reason. When you level up, like, what are you leveling up for? Are you leveling up for abundance in all areas of your life, or are you leveling up because you wanted to meet a certain type of woman? Like, a woman is supposed to be the byproduct of your success, not the end goal of your efforts.
Well, I think what Shiv is talking about is just the average guy. Look,
like the grandpa, right? Like our grandpas were like a UPS driver, and they had a great wife, right? They weren't leveling up. Our grandpas were like mediocre as fuck, but they had a great wife and they raised a family. There was nothing exceptional about
and that's the thing with this whole, you have to level up and be high value. I agree with that 100%, but you also have to factor in that 50% of guys are going to be average. And like Shiv said, they used to be able to meet a decent woman and have a decent life. Like, we can't just factor out the average
when
guy.
did they used to meet a decent woman?
Do you know what I think? When did you say? Sorry.
Yeah, when was there a time when they can meet a decent woman? Because even King Solomon said, look, I searched for righteous men and I found 1 out of 10,000 and I couldn't find one righteous woman. So, I mean, back in the biblical days, these women were bad. So when was a time where you could find a decent woman?
They just need to be at least quiet in the household, right? Like they might be loud and about.
Or not fat.
Yeah, they weren't fat. And at least they would play the role. Like they would at least pretend to be obedient enough.
Do you know what I think it is? I don't think men are like. I don't think it's the leveling up though, because women will have sex with guys with literally nothing, like mattress on the floor, nothing. Men are just addicted to simping. That's what I really think it is.
Yeah,
That's more of the disheartening.
That's exactly what it is.
It's like it's like I did a
women to appeal to them.
Yeah.
Like what? That's the problem. Guys are always trying to appeal to women. Like, hey, girl, hey, look at me. And instead of like having the girl appeal to you, try to get your attention. Nah.
Yeah. I mean, I did a reaction at the beginning of the show. And it's like these, I forgot where I was going with that. Sorry. But it's more just like okay, I was talking about in the beginning of the show how women don't want to be mothers at all. And simps, it's like telling them that they'll just say, oh, the women are brainwashed, they're this, they're that.
By feminism.
Yeah, and it's men are like addicted to thinking highly of women. That's all.
No, Pearl, what's his name? Psych Hacks. The guy from Psych Hacks just did a video. Men are stuck in exactly. Ryan Terabam. He says men are stuck in 2 conundrums. They want to be sacrificial lambs for women, and that's the honorable thing, to die for a woman. So they want to be a work mule and a war horse, or they're on the other side. They're mad that there's not a woman available to serve and die for. So they're mad about the marketplace not providing them this stockfish factory issued woman, and say, hey, where's my girl? I want to sacrifice and lay on my sword for her. And that's the only conundrum. They're propagandized, man. They're conditioned to do everything for women and seek validation from them to the highest extent. And it even goes all the way back to their mother. Like their mother still got them underneath their damn thumb.
Oh, that's so true. Oh my gosh, so many.
Watch this. It's the mother who does the indoctrination.
Yeah.
The mother's the one who indoctrinates. The mother don't tell her daughter, hey, you better suck his dick and you better do right by your husband. She don't say that. But for the son, don't hit your sister, take out the trash, open the girl's door, get her a plate. You're a butler. You're conditioned to be a butler from the day that you were born as a man. And you never leave that.
What's worse, you see that in, you got to be a good servant leader. You got to serve that
God, the church guys do it the worst.
Oh, yeah. They take
that's impossible. Telling a Christian man to stop simping, it's like, he's got to get destroyed in church by a woman probably 3 times before he might stop, because those guys are like it's like the wife will be currently actively ruining his life and destroying him, and he will still argue with me that I'm a doomer and not all women are like that. And I'm like, your wife, okay, all right, keep trying.
And the way I look at it, it's like, if these idiots would just read their Bible, they will know that the Bible clearly states that men were not made from women, but women were made for men. These are made for you. Why are you appealing to them?
It's true, because most of the holy scriptures, the Quran, the Bible, are some of the most red pill books there ever were, but somehow it got twisted. You have guys simping in the church while their wife is using the scriptures against them. It's insane.
Yeah, I love it when they say you got to be a good servant leader.
I'm just to the point where when simps get cheated on, I don't feel bad at all. I almost encourage. I'm like, maybe more men should be side dudes so they'll learn a lesson. Do you know what I mean? I'm like,
let me just say this. I'm just a dude business. Ladies, I will listen.
I'm like, do you know what? Maybe women should cheat more, because these guys just won't learn their lesson. It's like the woman that keeps going back to like the Pookie. You just don't feel bad. You're like, go get beat up. I don't care. Like, I don't.
Go ahead.
No, and it goes back to why I think the telling guys to level up. It's like if a simp is like it's an operating system. It's a way of thinking, right? I mean, look at some of these tech guys are worth $100 billion, and there's simps too. So it's not a, and they're leveled up. Jeff Bezos, yeah, right. Like you could argue like I know Jack guys who are tall, who are rich, who are charismatic, but they have that women are always right mentality, and women can do no wrong, and it's like they're cooked.
But that's where they're lazy. That's where they're lazy though. It's because they don't want to do the work to overcome the mentality. It's not the gym. It's not, I mean, there's fat guys that get women. Like I've seen obese.
I completely agree.
Yeah, like you see that
Sean was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Though, Sean was saying earlier. Guys are programmed this way, and what it's gonna take is to deprogram that. And what guys have been programmed is they've been programmed to not respect themselves. Okay, they have been conditioned to not respect themselves. That their needs, their desires are less than hers. And until you say, how can you expect her to respect you if you don't even respect you?
But it's the guy's it's the guy's responsibility once you're 18. It's the same way it's like a woman's responsibility to know when a guy's using her for sex. I mean, it's the guy's responsibility.
From the beginning.
Yeah, right.
Women, guys are
into this with
only
an open, honest policy. Like, look, I'm just here to do things.
Yeah. And then
but I think the simping is because we get conditioned, because we all have experiences growing up where where a woman beat, like I remember in school, this girl, this was when I was in 5th grade. This one of my female classmates, she hit me across the face, so I punched her back, and I got suspended from school. Right.
Oh wow.
And so that created the simp thing in my childhood, because anytime I went against a woman, even though I was clearly right, I would lose every freaking time. Group project, I did all the work, girl would take all the credit, they would assume she did, right? Oh, she's super smart. They're not. That's why they don't invent anything. So it was just very frustrating growing up. And then also when you hire employees, you get accused of being sexist or whatever, and you're too afraid of a lawsuit. I'm so afraid of getting sued with my employees that I'll just be like, yeah, I was wrong, even though I know I was right. I'm like, I'll just take the L. So you get conditioned by submission because the cost is so high for it.
Do you guys think that guys are so they're needy? They feel like they need this external validation of a woman to satisfy them, that they're not at peace or content with their own solitude? Because I love my solitude. I will take my solitude over your vagina sometimes. I'm just telling you. It just my piece is perfect.
Yo, I think all the guys in the Zoom could attest to that, right? I think Sean, Doug, you, Glenn, we're all I've turned down pussy because, dude, I've figured out to be happy. I have enough things in my life now to be happy with, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think for guys though, it's a hard journey because some guys, they live such stressful lives that's the only thing that's keeping them through is the idea of warm body. For some, it's sad for a lot of guys, and I especially in my early 20s, I know what it's like where I was working 80, 100 hours a week. You're just I just want someone to give a shit about how hard my life is.
I think it's how difficult it is to replace the girl for a lot of guys.
That could be a thing.
Yeah.
That's a scarcity mentality though. That's not.
I think
the supply is scarce.
I think some guys don't if you've seen a Chad's phone, you can't unsee it. And I think a lot of but I'll tell guys these stories that maybe don't get laid as much, and they don't think it's possible. I think a lot of guys don't think it's possible to go from not getting a lot of women to getting a ton.
To getting a lot.
Yeah.
Because most people make it out you didn't get girls on the playground in high school, so you'll never get them in the future. And that's just stupid.
It's true. Let me tell you.
Go ahead.
I'll tell you, guys, I keep saying it. Don't have any kids, get a highly valued skill, highly valued trade, highly valued education, and don't get married. Keep your head down. And once you hit 35, the whole world changes, man. I don't know what it is about that 35.
It really does.
It really does. I don't know what.
30. I'm excited.
Oh, bro, Shiv, you got to just wait, bro. I'm talking.
wait, hold on.
It's crazy because when you're in your 20s, you look at everybody else and you're like, oh damn, they got the girls. Oh damn, and you don't even know where they're at really in life. They could be focused on that and they don't have what you have. You know, they could be like given a mirage and, you know, you actually are leveled up. Cause like once you hit mid 30s, I'm telling you, it's like all of a sudden vagina starts falling from the sky. And
It
it's
really
just like,
does. You don't have to do it. All you have to do is have some decent social skills and know when and where to show up, and just boom.
Yeah.
But good, look, I'm gonna say this though, as a kicker, all right? I'm there already, all right? 666 and all that other BS. But what I would say, guys, you still have to have that love for your own life. Because up here, it's the same problems. I tell you what, even though I'm the guy, girls don't like that all the time. Girls change. They want the beta for certain particular things, right? They don't want no alpha to lead them and control the family and tell them what to do and is 10 times smarter than them. They be like, hey, look, I just want a guy who will deal with my and no matter how ugly and fat I get, he's gonna keep me. And so they're gonna get that type of guy. So again, it's not like once you get up here, oh man, if you love your own life and you put yourself first and you do the work, then life becomes amazing. It was like Glenn saying, you got to love your life number one, number first. It doesn't come out of another person. It's not external. Your mama loved you. That's the only woman that's going to love you like that. Get over
and she
it.
may not even love
Yeah, I was like, that's like 50-50.
She loves the side dude.
I gave him that, Glenn, because your mom's going to actually, set you up to get slaughtered too.
You have better odds your mama loving you the way you want to be loved than a woman loving you. You know,
but I'm going to bounce off what Sean said real fast. If you, the modern woman's playbook, they want to find a guy like Sean said, who never puts they want to find an ambitious, accomplished man, get with him, and then have him set his ambitions and dreams and desires aside to help her achieve her own selfish goals.
Well, that's really what it is.
The modern playbook.
They want your ambitions to be able to fuel her end game, her end goal.
100% true.
Like they want you to be successful, but for her. Like she needs to reap the rewards of your success. If your success is not, directed at her, well then now you're selfish.
Yep. Remember, when men win, everyone wins. When women win, they win for themselves.
When women win, nobody wins because they end up sabotaging their own success in the long run.
Yeah, that's true.
But it just comes back down to, the guy being able to say like, I'm good with you and I'm good without you. If you can't get to that point, then you've already given her all the pieces that she needs to play you, because she's gonna be she has the leverage.
Sometimes I feel though the guys that were late, like they were late to the game. Wait, can you not hear me?
No, I can hear you.
You're good. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like the guys who are late to the game though, like they didn't get the easy, girlfriend or pussy in high school. Sometimes I feel those are the guys who actually get red pilled, and then when they get to 30, it's like, oh, now they have real control over women. Because I feel like sometimes the biggest simps are the ones that just get a girlfriend and they just they just don't really realize that she's domineering and ruining their life. At least I've seen that with some of my friends where they just like marry their high school sweetheart, but then I used to go in my early 20s like, what the fuck? Like, why? Like, he's such a loser and she's like pretty. But then you like see their dynamics and she's like just so annoying. So for the guys who like, if you weren't like just naturally good with women, the consolation prize is when you get really good as you get older. You're just for me now, it's like I so far surpass all the guys who got married at 25. Like it's on a whole other level, right? So because I know what the fuck
here's
I'm
the
doing.
other thing, like guys have been that struggle like when they're younger years, because most guys struggled in their younger years. Let's just be honest. None of us were batting 1,000 right out the gate.
It's the West, man, of course.
But a lot of them have this like mentality, like they get this bitterness, so that once they actually get a girl, they're like they have to be domineering. Like, just you don't want to control them. You have to understand that the only person that you're in control of is you, and you can control who you let in your life and who you let out your life. And trying to appeal to them, trying to like teach. I don't have time to teach you. Look, you either shape up or ship out. I have a replacement here in about 4 hours. Okay, like that's the mentality you have to have. It's not like, hey, I'm not gonna. There's no negotiations. You don't negotiate with terrorists. Look,
I said that to someone about a relative recently, and they thought I was over exaggerating.
Dude, and honestly, if you just do the opposite, yeah, go ahead.
No, I wanted to say this on what Glenn just said. I always say this from the story. Guys, listen to, what is it, Adam and Eve, right? And they take away the wrong story. They be like, oh man, he didn't game Eve. He didn't warn her. It's not about that. Look, God made them both and told them what they were supposed to do, right? Now, Eve still decided to do what she did, was listen to the serpent, right? Now remember, this is a girl made by God. He made her. He crafted her. This is the ultimate girl. This is the ultimate trad woman. God
like
made it with her own
double
hand.
D's and everything.
Look, all that.
And covered by leaves.
And
no
Adam
leaves.
was
No leaves. This is just all.
She was naked all the time.
Adam already had abundance. So there was no bags that she needed. No nothing. Right? And then the ninja slithering on his back was able to spit game in Eve's ear.
Well, he had legs at the time.
Okay, all right. He had some legs, right? He had some legs.
Little legs, but I got you.
And he was able to convince her to do something else that she wasn't supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is the problem. When God came, he said, what happened? Eve blamed the snake, and Adam blamed Eve. The moral of the story is self-agency. You all had choices. He couldn't control what Eve did, but he could have controlled. Adam could have did this. Hey, God. He's like, hey, where's Eve at? He's like, oh, I kicked her out. She bit from the tree. She wasn't supposed to. You said I ruled this world, so I punished her and kicked her out.
You gotta go. I need you to make me another one that listens.
God would have been like, hey, man, that's cool. Let's have a beer. Let's chill. But he didn't do it. So kind of like what Glenn was saying.
But what was Adam's sin,
all
though?
Self-agency. His sin was
Adam's sin. Because I love it. If you read it right, he said, God said, because you listen to the words of your wife. Men, do not listen to your women. Okay, your women will set you up for failure. Okay, God says it in the Bible because you listen to the words of your wife.
But also too, just have self-agency. I gave you guys freedom of choice, and you both passed the buck. Y'all didn't have accountability. Like I said, Eve blamed the snake, and then he blamed Eve. You
and the simple blame feminism.
And the simple, hey, wait, hold on. And the tradcons will blame feminism.
Yeah.
No. The tradcons are feminists.
I just can't take another women are brainwashed argument. I'm like, okay, she was brainwashed into throwing it back for Chad, Tyrone, Tyrese, Alex, John.
Yeah. Gavin, the starving musician.
Doug,
Like,
Glenn.
Yes, I have stolen a few Chad's girls, that's for sure.
I just can't take it.
The funny thing is like, guys always are trying to give girls a way out. And that's the other problem is like men, I don't think guys actually really respect women enough. We don't respect them enough to let them face the consequences of their actions. There's always going to be a Captain Save a Hoe. All right. And I have like a shirt, right?
And they deserve to suffer, to be honest.
I don't save hoes. I'm not that heroic. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys are trying to be heroic.
And they deserve to suffer, if I'm being honest. Like the guys that do it. I mean, what do you expect?
Pearl, you've been interviewing guys too long. You're like, man, let them suffer. I'm tired of this.
Well, that's what it's going to take.
I am. I used to be like, oh, it's terrible. Now I'm like, well, how did you not see that coming?
I mean, think about this. Like, you look at the schmortion issue, right?
Mm-hmm. Let them kill their kids. I don't care anymore.
Let them do it. Oh my gosh.
You can have the babies.
Like, no.
Oh,
I don't think.
Those are the worst one. Those stupid women that get on the stage and say they regret their abortion. And I would just think that's so convenient that you regret it now after the kid is dead by the guy you didn't want to be the dad. That's so convenient that after. Why don't you turn yourself into jail? Go to jail.
I was going to say, would you go to prison? Or do you regret it enough to,
serve time.
Say that you committed murder? No.
No. You just say, oh, the culture. And then they blame it on the guy. Oh, he didn't want to be a dad. Then why'd you let him nut in you? Like, come on. That was your fault. Take that L. You know what I mean? Just eat the L.
Give them
eat the L. Take
that
it.
responsibility. We won't give them the consequence.
I'm just going to counter this by saying, life is never going to be fair for men, ever. We all know this, guys. But so women fighting for feminism and equality is them fighting for their lives to be just as unfair for them as it is for men. And you're starting to see it more. Guys, I watch body cam footage a lot because it's so entertaining. And you're seeing police karate chopping and body slamming women now and locking them up and stuff.
We should make a show on that, Doug, MPA.
Yeah, I'm telling you, just review body cam footage. There's some good stuff out. All these women shoplifting. The rate of violence and crime of women getting arrested for is like skyrocketing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm telling you, women are just advocating for their lives to be just as unfair as it is for men. And I don't know why they want to do that, because being a man is tough, and they're gonna find out.
You know what's funny, Doug? Is like, like I had this girl I was dating, and I always tell her, like, I'll give her grace. Like, all right, I'm not really dealing with this. I ain't feeling this. I don't like this, behavior, whatever. And she never thought there would ever be a consequence until the day, like, she realized that her key didn't work no more. She couldn't get in, and all her shit was outside. And she was like, "What happened?" I said, "Hey, I kept on telling you, you didn't want to learn." So,
Shiv, what was the biggest consequence that you ever had to have? What's the biggest consequence a girl ever had to face in dating you, where you're like, I have to let this girl suffer because of what she did?
Well, I break up pretty easily. Like, I don't. So that's kind of my thing. Like, I don't let it go too. But I always do it very cordial, because once again, I have a business.
Ghost?
I have a lot to lose.
No ghosting. Doug MPA is a fan of it.
I usually try to act like I'm going through something, but I'm not. Family thing and business. I'm just really going through a lot, and I'll just gaslight them. I'll just do what women do back. Once again, I have too much to lose. I can't deal with it.
How many times?
I tell them straight up, it's not me, it's you. Actually, it's not. It's a you problem. I'm leaving you. It's a you thing. You the problem. I'll let you know.
I would say,
Shiv,
how many various forms of cancer have you had, Shiv?
Yeah, Shiv, what do you mean?
She might want to stay. Oh, you're dying. Let me blow you every day. No.
Shiv,
actually, the cancer spreads.
I'll nurse you back to health, Shiv.
Shiv, when you say that, what do you actually mean?
Oh,
when you say
you're fuck out, get the fuck out. That's what I mean. Like, dude, I just don't want him to do something on the way out, right? So
exactly.
That's
Aftercare.
And dude, like I've had women.
Aftercare is important, but that's after you give it to them, like.
It extends the breakup too. It extends the breakup.
See, I do breakups like I fire people. Like, that's cool. What? It just
yeah. Can you guys dump me on stream? I want to see how you guys would do it. Can I get like you guys' dumping speeches?
You gotta give us a scenario. You gotta give us a scenario of why are we dumping?
Okay, so the scenario is, it's just not like I don't know what's the. Not cheating, but
she's just not putting out. Is that
no putting out, not cheating, but you're just like over it. It's who I am as a person. Go ahead.
How about this? She's spending too much time at your house. And she doesn't like your she's spending too much time at your house, and she doesn't like your interests. So she's starting to put herself at odds with your business time and your hobbies. How about that?
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Shiv, you want to go? Shiv, you want to go first?
Yeah. So for me, I just don't give women reasons. I just break up with them. So I just be like, hey, like I found out like my grandma's really sick, and like I might have to go to India for like 4 months. And, like,
oh, don't worry, wait. But I'll wait for you.
No, you don't understand. Like, you deserve so much better. Like, you
I don't. You're the one for me. Don't worry. I'll be there for you.
Pearl, I'm gay. I'm gay. Get the fuck out.
I'm having identity crisis.
I'm asexual. I identify as a
That's
squirrel.
okay. That's okay. Okay, then can we just be friends? And still hang out?
It's against my religion. I changed to it. I'm a Scientologist now. It's not allowed.
Okay.
Scientologist.
All right, Glenn, you're next. Dump me. I'm ready.
I'll be like,
so
hey,
let's say that once again she insists on coming to your house. So you haven't had alone time in like a month and a half, because she wants to spend every waking second with you. And when she comes over, she doesn't like you on your computer. She doesn't like you watching football. I want to do something, Glenn.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? And then you're naming things off. And so I don't want to do that. Why do we have to do what you want to do? If you
Okay,
that point,
this
how
is
would you
easy.
break up?
Come here. Let me show you something. I'm gonna show you something in the bedroom.
Oh wow, I'm excited.
Do you see what's next to the bed? There's that one nightstand.
Yeah.
You are supposed to be just like that one nightstand. Okay.
Okay, but it worked out. I'm so happy.
Yeah. So one night stand, you have turned into a 30-day stand, and
yeah,
it's
but
not gonna work out. Like it just doesn't.
But
work.
why?
I don't do this.
But why?
I fucked your sister.
She's 15.
Well, fake ID. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh God. It's just like I'm going after your mom, okay? Like your mom is the business. Like she makes the biscuits, okay? You burnt the biscuits, you know.
It was one time. I'm getting dumped over one time.
I'm sorry.
But could you tell me? Could you just tell me why? What did I do? Can you tell me, please?
Your mom uses no teeth, okay? I told you the teeth thing is a problem, and I just.
Okay, well, can I just get some closure?
Yes, the door will close on the way.
That's good. Sean, you're next. How are you gonna do it?
Hey, can I talk to you for a second, Pearl?
Yeah, what's going on?
So, and this is an open conversation. It's a two-way street.
Mm-hmm.
As we always have communication and conversations, it's not only my opinions, it's yours too. And so I would like for you to say anything. There will be no consequences, no negative things. It's open-end discussion. I was looking on the internet, and I found these clips of you being a colonizer. And I wanted to ask you about that because, I'm pro-black, and I'm for the community. And, what do you have to say about these things?
I'm gonna have to break up with you, actually, because I can't have this.
I get it. And that's where we just have to separate, And I get it, I still care about you. We'll still be a friend. We'll still be close friends. I wish you the best.
This is the best breakup I've ever had.
I don't want it to be negative. I don't. We had 80% of our time together was great.
Yeah.
And
the last guy shut the door in my face, so this is great.
No, the door closed on itself. Self-closing doors.
I wouldn't do that to you, Pearl. Yeah, the other guys are gay. Look, I'm not going to do that to you, Pearl. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, you're so nice.
I'm going to miss you.
Okay, yeah, I'll miss
tell
you.
her you hate to see her go, but you love to watch her leave already.
Well, I'm sorry my colonization was a problem.
It's cool. Some people needed to be colonized sometimes, but it's okay, Pearl.
Yeah. So
you didn't do it. But I just have to stand with the community.
Yeah, I understand. Doug MPA, you're next. Are you gonna dump me?
So I would set it up where, example, I'm a punctual person. Pearl and I work together, and she knows how much I can't stand it when she's late to calls and stuff like that. So, but when I'm with somebody, I'll do something like, if we're supposed to be somewhere at 2 and another person is always late, I'll tell her like 1:15, right? And so there are things I will do to mitigate the things that she does to piss me off, right? And what I'll do is I'll stop doing those things. So she's doing things that annoy me. So I'll say, you know, the last month or two, you're always late. Always. It's because you don't respect me, do you? I don't think you do. And so I'll start you're not supposed to keep tally or keep track, but I'll change certain behaviors and start keeping tally and track of where she's deficient, and then use that to break up with her. You're always late. I'll pay for all the dates and all the food, and then I'll say you never pay for dates. You just want me for my money.
But I thought wait, you told me you wanted to pay.
Yeah, but you know what? You should at least offer. But
you hate it when people offer.
Yeah, you know what? I would set it up like that, where I would find reasons where she's deficient and use those to break up with her. Like, you know what? You're late all the time.
Okay, but wait. I can change. I'll do better.
You've had 3 months to do it. I haven't seen any change. Sorry.
Here's my question. Have you guys ever used like pointing out other chicks to make her feel like she's like you're not even into her? Like she's not your type? I did that. She broke up with me. It was great. I didn't have to go through any of it. You know, she's like, I really don't think I'm your type. I'm like,
the smallest thing I've used to break up with a girl that I didn't want to see anymore was the type of underwear she wore. She wore these, like, they just were just these, I forgot what kind they were, but they just were a jacket. And I'm like, why do you wear that underwear? Like, I don't like
ruffles.
Yeah, I don't like
lacy shit.
Yeah, I don't like that freaking granny panty looking underwear. Like, it's just not attractive. It's not. And then you use a deficiency and then snowball it into all sorts of other small things and build a case as to why you don't want to see her again.
I really liked my colonizer breakup the best.
That was so good, Sean. Like, wow.
Yeah, bring up something that would make me want to dump you. That was great. That was great.
So no, Sean, I'm changing up my game now. Thanks.
No problem, man. I've been doing it for a while. So.
He's like the professional breakup. You know, like
yeah, that was great.
With like HR, they would bring somebody in to fire you. All you gotta do is get Sean to come over and break up with your bitch with you. Like he'll handle it all better.
Wait, can we give him another?
Still at the end.
Can we give him
Sean,
another?
We got a business here.
Can we give him another scenario? I want another one.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, man. Try to test my game.
Okay, I got one.
Go ahead.
Let's say she's insecure and she's accusing you of leaving dick imprints on the counter.
Okay.
I.e., she thinks you're cheating all the time.
She thinks you're cheating on her. And she thinks that she sees your dick imprint on the counter.
And, you know, you're following all these girls.
I'm not doing that. But
you're liking all these pictures, and I'm freaking out.
And she knows your Instagram DMs are full of titties.
Yeah. I need you to follow uglier women, please.
Yeah, right. No, I understand that one. All right. Hey, Pearl, can we have a conversation?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Guys, I always tell you, you got to have communication with your girl that's more superior than her ability to communicate. So you have to make time for it. So, Pearl, I know you've been having issues or speaking about IG. And first of all, I don't want to get it wrong. So tell me if there are any issues or things you want to talk about. What is it?
Well, you're always like you're always following these girls and liking their picture. Like, you never follow men. It's always just women on Instagram. Always, you know. And your friend, she wants to sleep with you. I can just tell. I think you're cheating on me.
No. Don't forget the dick imprint.
I'm not saying that.
Go
ahead.
It's on the counter.
As far as the girl in particular, right? We're friends, and we've been friends for a while. And Pearl, I never lie. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm too old to be doing that. I went to war. I've been in combat. I'm not scared of you. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, even if you don't like it. Have I not done that in our relationship already?
Yeah, you have. I guess I was overblowing it.
Now, that's okay. People get their ideas. And the number one most important part is you communicated to me, and we had the time to talk about it. If you didn't, then that would be a problem, right? Because possibly it would build resentment and other things like that. So I appreciate you bringing that to me. Is there anything else that you had issues with?
No, you're the best. I'm so glad this is working out.
Now, what I would say
Now.
about it really working out, I think it would work out if we transition this relationship. I'm serious, bro. Because at the end of the day, I might not be the guy that you need. I could be a great friend for you. I think we've done great things.
No, I need you. But like I've never been with anyone better.
Yourself.
What?
You need yourself. That's number one. I can't, that's inside you. You have those feelings, right?
Mm-hmm.
You believe I'm cheating. You believe that this IG is right or wrong. I never asked you about yours.
But you don't want to be with me anymore?
I want to be your friend. I want to support you. I've always done that. And I'm okay with that. Most of our relationship was good, Pearl. It's not a bad thing. But everything in life doesn't last forever. There's time limits.
But you said you wanted to marry me someday.
And you said that you have an issue with these things. And we don't want that in a marriage. Imagine our kids having to deal with this if we had kids together. Would you want that for your children? I don't think you would.
No, I wouldn't.
And I think you need someone who won't give you those type of issues, that don't follow women on Instagram. I get it. And it's not a cool thing for your perspective. And I respect your perspective. It's important. I'll always be here for you, Pearl. That's for sure, for sure.
Really?
Especially at 2 a.m.
Sean, man, holy shit. Yo, man, you need to seriously teach a course on Pearl's freaking network.
Yeah, we need him in the course.
For the university. Because here's the thing. Men need to have these skills so we see less videos on social media about women breaking up their, busting out their windows and going to their work and yell and scream. Bro, seriously, you need to put something together, man, and just.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That was awesome.
I really enjoyed that breakup.
But here's the problem: we didn't get to the alleged cheating. He never had to deal with the accusations.
I did. I said the following, and
That's the following. That's just girls liking him. He didn't give him the accusations. I know you are sleeping with Susan, okay? There's dick imprints on the counter.
I knew you was gonna say that, Glenn.
I have been there. I've been accused of the dick imprints, you guys. I'm telling you this. I just wanted to see how you would react to it.
I want to be your friend. That was so funny. That was so good.
That was.
How did you?
You got it.
How did you come up with that?
You literally built. You got to teach men how to literally break up with a woman with her getting crazy, and not being at risk for the woman busting up the PS5 on the way out the door.
Busted up the PS5. That's hilarious. I'd say, look, a lot of it just comes from being very stoic, also approaching it very indifferent, and then also, it's going to sound bad, guys, and you might not want to hear it, but humanizing people. People make decisions, right? And look, I can't control, as Glenn said, I can't control what somebody else does. The only thing I can control is the way I respond to it. That's the only thing within my control. And so I might as well make it a goddamn good story for me. I might as well make it a good partner because I got to live with it afterwards. They don't. They going to move on and do what they do. You feel me? That's just the world. And so, like I said, it takes a lot of stoicism and it takes a lot of indifference and it's practice. but see it from their perspective. I understand what Pearl was saying. You know, that could be a lot for you, Pearl. I get it, but she deserves better.
The colonizer was a great one. That was amazing to bring up something that would make me want to dump you. That was great.
Yeah, right. Like, all right, man, get out of here. Yeah, it made it easy.
Not again.
You could talk to your girls like, I had to get rid of him. He was out here wilding. See, so it's cool. I don't care. You know, it was done.
We're coming up on the 2-hour mark. Everyone, make sure to like the video while you're here and subscribe because we are almost at 2 million subs.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Subscribe button. You want to wrap it up, Pearl?
Yeah, sure.
Divorce and take half the subscribers.
Thanks so much for watching. You guys were great. Thanks for dumping me on the stream. Yeah, that was great. Guys, I think we got to bring Sean's got to do. You want to do like a in-depth course of how to dump a woman? Would you do it on the?
Oh, right. They're gonna put me on the stream somewhere.
No. It'd be in our just in our commute.
How to break up with elegance.
Yeah,
I know.
It's not gonna be on YouTube. It would be on the Audacity site.
I got you. No problem.
Bro, honestly, like
that was amazing.
Because bro, I'm telling you, man, you were killing it, bro. Like,
No,
wow.
I got you.
I think you guys will agree with this. If you already know you're gonna like things are going bad, it's better that you pull the trigger and end it sooner than before she does. Because that the opportunity for her to want to come back after you is so much greater. Because now she's gonna feel like, wait a minute, he's leaving me. I need to prove myself. And I've done that to a couple of girls where I just break up with them. I didn't really want to break up with them, but I would break up with them just to kind of get them to get their attitude adjusted.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Please like the video on your way out. And
hey, Pearl, I sent you or Doug, whoever takes care of it, but I sent you the email on the back chat. I believe you see it, yeah?
You got it, Doug MPA?
Give me 1 second. Let me copy it. Yeah, because we got to follow.
That was amazing.
We got to do that.
Yeah, man. We just saw the beginning, the creation of a whole new thing here, man. This is great. I got you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for coming on, guys. Please like the video on your way out and subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell. And let me know if you guys have any great ways to dump women in the comments, or if a woman has fumbled you, and I'll read the best